Right, hey everyone. Today we've got it's a tough session. Not going to lie. You probably have to adjust it a little bit depending on you as a person. You'll always hear me talking about it's you versus the machine. It's always pushing your limits and the way that you approach things. Everyone's different. Um, so today might seem a little bit high in the rate for some of you. Take it down a couple. Um, the whole reason for this is really just to get used to some higher rate pieces. 1 minute on, 1 minute off. So, you just got to push it for that 1 minute at specific rate. And then you get to have a bit of a break for that next minute. And obviously, over this 20 minutes, so it's going to take us 20 minutes to nail this out. 10 minutes of work. So it's not a huge amount of work, but it's 20-minute session. As you start getting on into these later stages, you'll really start to feel that build up, that residual fatigue will be kicking in. And when you start the following piece, you might have to find that you're building into it with 5 seconds, 6, 7, 8 seconds to go, starting to get the rating up before you hit the line. And that'll be the way that you manage to hold the splits. Now, obviously, there's going to be a correlation between your rating and the speed that you can produce. So whatever speed you can do at this 26 rating for the first 2 pieces, on them really consistent between each one. And then obviously we want to increase our speed, decrease the numbers, whatever you want to say, for the next one and so forth as we go along. And obviously we're looking here, we've gone past the lineal and we're onto like an exponential type of curve where it's a lot harder to get the same drop here that you'd had between, say, 26, 28. You might have a 2-3 second split drop, but by the time you start hitting this 32, 34, and like obviously into the open stuff, it might only be dropping a second or so. And that's just the way it works. As you get into those higher number of watts, you're getting towards your max. We're going to be starting to hit our sort of max speed, 2K pace type of thing. At the end of that, it's not going to be full tit max because maybe for the last one when we really just empty the tank. But obviously for this, we're just looking for that consistent change each time, looking for a good rhythm. After the first couple, you'll notice you've got to spin the hands a little bit more. You've got to stay a little bit more relaxed in how you're doing it. And ultimately, it just gives you an allowance of feeling what it's like to have a little bit more increase in speed for that period of time. You're going to get a good puff on. I'll apologize now if I don't say a lot as we start getting through towards the end, but I'm going to work hard. That's the idea of it. These are great sort of sessions if you're building into competitions. You can later on another one, we'll probably do one where we're doing minute off, minute on, 30 seconds off, and that's even harder because it doesn't give you enough time to rest. And obviously you want to still be producing the power. And we're all about changing our physiology because you can do things like this. Next time you go out to do it, you'll find it easier because the body's learned how to do it. And those are the type of things that we're doing. So today's really a sort of a sprint session. These sessions come about as you get closer to, as I say, competitions, or whether it's on the water, competitions, or whether you're just really looking to spice things up, really push yourself. And so just adjust the rates if you have to, because some people might find that their maximum rating's at 30, 32. So if that's you, maybe just tune it back a little bit and start a couple of splits lower. If you are a person that can rate high, awesome. Then we'll be looking to maybe just look to concentrate on your power through these 28, 30, 32s. And then obviously when you get into the last couple, if you're comfortable rating 38 to 40, by all means do it on those last couple and just keep a good time. But as I say, over that 10 minutes, you're going to get a good puff on. Want to be looking for that consistent drop in splits. So jump into a warm-up. You probably want to do 5 or 6 minutes steady, and then you might want to do 30 seconds at sort of couple of these ratings, building it up, and then once you've done that, get ready to go, and we're into it. So I'm good to go. Once again, in the description, I'll write the start time, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. So once again, using the intervals, select workout, go down to new workout, intervals, intervals time. We'll probably do a lot of these sessions will really be on time, because then it doesn't matter female, male, lightweight, heavyweight, novice, experienced, we can all pretty much do them together. Whereas if we start getting into meters, which we might do a little bit of it later, we'll get a big disparity, and then it probably means a lot of fluffing about with you personally on your smartphones to change times or distances, etc., etc. So really easy one. Just leave the set time to a minute, go down to the rest time, chuck in a 1 minute there, and we're good to go. So set everything up that you need to. I'll talk through a lot of it as well, like I have been, and just to do some focus on the technique, to keep looking at speed, because when we're doing things like this, sometimes it's easier to decrease the power, increase some hand speed, increase the speed off the front, and find that you're a little bit more of a spring rather than a real load. And those things help with the rating. And once you've got that rating, then you can look to add that power in afterwards. But especially on the rowing machine, sometimes it's best to get rating first and then power. Obviously, if you were in a rowing boat situation, you want power first to get the boat to a speed, and then you start looking at the control of the rate after that. So yeah, let's rock and roll. So 2 at each rate. When you do the first one, look at your splits, see what you're holding, and basically from that we'll adjust for the next one and look to do exactly the same. Consistency is the key, and once, as I say, we're always looking for that drop in speed. So we want it to go a little bit quicker, drop in the numbers. So just going to set up my music here and put on my erg data. Remember, jump onto that erg data, log into your Concept 2 logbook. It's a bloody great tool to track everything that you're doing. Play with we could, in this session as well, it's a great one to play with your drag factor a little bit. So we're not doing, this isn't really too much of a power workout. So I'd suggest the drag to be a little bit, on your normal side, or slightly easier, which will help the speed up. So if you start struggling at rate when we do this 30-32, maybe you want to slide that down half a number, and that might really help with getting a bit more freedom in the flywheel. So set, 1 minute on, 1 minute off on the intervals, and we're ready to go. Crazy. We're a little bit crazy doing this, people. Right, we're going to be straight into it from this first one. 1 minute, and the screen will take care of the rest. We'll have our minute break in between, bit of a breather, keep moving, and we'll reevaluate, talk about it, move on to the next one. So 20 minutes of work, here we go. First piece at 26, 1 minute. All right. 1 minute, 26. Ready? Go. Straight on the rate. Looking for the length. Yeah. Feel the relaxation. Work the drive. Relax recovery. Hang off the arms. Through the line. That was a good start. Have a feel. Check out if we've got a heart rate monitor on. Have a check, see what we jump to. Keep a mental picture of the meters that you just created. Looking to do that exactly same again. Did you get onto the rate quickly? Did it take a bit of time? These are all things we want to look towards in the next one. Remember some of the keys, really moving these hands around the back. Don't yank it into the body. Right, I'm building with about 4 seconds to go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 26. Yeah, bang on the money. Let the body do the work. Good swing. Yeah. Good hang. Consistent split. Feel the rhythm. Through the line. A little bit quicker than that one. Be thankful of the rest while we've got it. So now we're nice and warm. Got that rhythm going. We have to make sure we spin that first 5 or 6 strokes. Get up to that 28 strokes a minute. And we want to really sit on it. Look for the length. Look for the swing. Let the big muscles do the work. Arms just carry it through the finish. Work the drive. Relax the recovery as much as possible. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hand speed. Move the hands. Feel the change in direction. Around the front. Metronome. Speed in, speed out. Good. Breathing. Good hang. Through the line. Yeah, nice. A little bit more speed, a little bit more power. That creates our, that gets our numbers on what we want to do. So everyone's got their preference on what they're looking at. Always been a per 500 man. with the meters counting down. If you're a watts person or you want to see some averages, awesome. Just want it consistent. That's what you're looking for. Right, start firming it up. 7 seconds. Moving into it. There we go. Now, 28. Good. Nice and long. Feel the rhythm. Hang. Hang and swing. Under the armpits, not on the shoulders. Hold the rhythm. Hold the rate. Tall. Have a check of your numbers again. How consistent were you? Hopefully there's only a couple of meters in between it. And on the plus side, a few more watts. If you're working on the watts. I also found with using the per 500 split, you find to get less jumping around. You might see a 1 split change, maybe a 2 on occasions where your watts you're working with quite a bigger range, which mentally can be quite tough sometimes to see. So we're 4 down, move it up to 30. Look for the rate, look for the freedom, building into it. This one, here we go. Hang speed. Loose fingers. Keep it long. Good hang. Use the body. Legs. Nice. That's halfway. It's only 5 more minutes of work. Really going to test us. You want to get into a feeling where if you had to do it for 2 minutes, if you had to do it for 3 minutes, how you do that efficiently. Are you doing it efficient enough now where you're within yourself, you're breathing, but you're getting a good number? Because in these last few, we're going to start getting up towards that 2K pace. Right, starting to build 10, 8, 7, 5, 4. Here we go. Now, move the hand. Feel them drive past the body. Speed in, speed out. Hang. Breathe. Yeah. Legs. Swing. Relaxation. To the line. Yeah, good. Heart rate's getting up there. Suck in the oxygen. Quick drink if you need one. Keep moving. It's always the key. Keep it moving. If you're struggling to get the rate a little bit, as I said, drop your drag half a number, maybe even a number if you have to, so we can look at that rating. It's all to do with adapting our bodies. So we're moving up to 22 on this one. We move a bit quicker all round, slightly less power, but moving faster. There we go. Moving them. Linked. Relaxation. Good. Moving quick. Consistent. Maintain. Yeah, good. Feeling the pinch. Working hard. You've got to really start to focus on things are moving pretty quickly. This could potentially be near the top rate for a lot of people. 2K pace. That's good. When I say a good number, as I say, think about it, get into it, hit your numbers, and then see how easy you can make it feel. All right, I'm starting to build. 7, 4, 3, 2, 1, yep. 32. Length at the front, seat coming under, sitting tall. Good. Move with it. Tap it along. 20 seconds. Hang. Good carry. Right to the line. Yeah, nice. All right, working hard, team. That's good. 2 more pieces. That's it. Open the lungs, sit tall. 34. If you're feeling good, Maybe take that second 30 seconds up to 36 if you're a high rater. Right, building into it. 7. Nice and free. Get the rate. 34. There we go. Tap it along. Hang. Body. Move the hands. Hold the split. Yeah. 10. There we go. Now. 5. One more. Going well. That should test you. On this one, we're all guilty. Try the first part, not letting it come into the body. Still having that real nice rhythm around. That's the change in direction around the back. Right. Last piece, guys. 34. You want to start building it towards the line? Go for it. Here we go. 5. 2. Go. Spin. Length check. Speed. Hands. I'm going up. Come with me. Hang. Speed. To the line. Now. Nice work. Yeah, breathe it in. Good sprint. Felt like you struggled. Sometimes you don't want to do it. Those are the dark places we need to push ourselves. Pushing those limits. So when we get down to 0 on the rest, just press the menu and that'll save our workout in the background. Yeah, so do that now, or it'll save it to your erg data. And then we can just paddle along. Throw your flywheel down if you want to. As I say, we want to keep moving, especially after a workout like this. You want to spend 2 or 3 minutes just cruising along. I'm pretty short at the moment, but as we go along, you want to start stretching out those legs a little bit, seat coming under. have a self-check. How do you feel? You know, your shoulders a bit tight. Might have meant that you were taking it like that. Have you got good lats? You know, you're starting to feel it under here, which means you probably had a really good hang. You might have a sore butt. Now, it's actually a pretty good thing because it shows that you're really engaging with your glutes. You know, if you squeeze your glutes, you can feel yourself sort of push up off the seat. If you're feeling really uncomfortable, you might want to try a seat pad, a little bit of foam, or you get a small towel, like a hand towel, fold it up into a square so that it'll fit onto the seat. Because a lot of times it's just the rocking over onto that sciatic nerve to the muscles just down the bottom of your butt that cause those issues. So, good workout, team. And as you start getting, if we take a 2K for example, as you start getting closer to those, you want to start doing things that are over the top. You don't have to do it for too long, you know, whether it's just 30 seconds or if you can manage it for a minute, you want to be able to do a build up. So you want to go sub your like 2K time that you're aiming for. You know, you might only do 6 pieces, you might do 8 pieces. The first 1 or 2 or 3 are sub 2K, then you do 2 at your 2K time, you know, your target score, you work on that length, you work on what you want to feel like when you're doing the piece, and then the last 2 or 3, 4, however brave you are, you want to do it slightly above. So if you're round numbers here, if your 2K time you're trying to hold a 140 split, then in those last couple you want to be trying to do a 138, 137 and make it feel easy, or not easy but manageable, so your body learns, oh look, I could do a minute of that, yeah, it's not too bad. So when it has to do 3 or 4 minutes at a couple of splits slower, then it's able to do it in a comfortable setting. So later down the track we can, when we start doing content on building for 2Ks, that type of thing, we'll get into a whole lot of that. You know, high intensity workouts, you bring the rest period down, you know, the closer you get, because all we're trying to do is just adapt our physiology, and that's what we do with fitness. You know, the more you do, the fitter you become, the body gets used to it, which means you've got to work a little bit harder. You know, the heart rate stays pretty similar, but you find your numbers decrease, or, you know, if you're in the gym, your numbers start going up, you know, the weights start going up. It's just all an adaptation to putting the body under stress. So have a good warm down. And honestly, we've got so many variations, so many things that we can do on this machine. It's amazing. You know, you can do a workout like that, but you could do it as a power stroke one, so keep the rates down, chuck it up on 8 or 9, 10, and really just build the muscles. Keep focusing on good technique. Technique is sometimes pretty crucial. You know, so many different techniques. Everyone is completely individual with the way you do things. Like I've got in, for whatever reason, my right arm, which was my outside arm, just gets a bend in it all the time when I'm on the row machine. And I try to fix it as much as possible. Some people really take the catch with their arms. As long as you're making sure that the big muscles are doing the work, the little ones are just carrying it on, and you're finding a way to be efficient, because that's all it is you work here, and any tension this way is just wasted energy that you can't use and creating that turn of the flywheel. So just little things to think about. Really enjoyed that one. Any questions, just post it in the comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're just going to create, as I say, a ton of content. We'll look in the future to do some live stuff, and also do some programs, whether we're doing 12-week, 6-week programs, fitness, weight loss, whatever it might be, or working towards like specific targets, whether that's like championships on the water, in the competition, or you literally are new to this and you want to do what the rest of the rowers in the world do. You are a rower yourself by being on the rowing machine and spending time on this. We're an amazing community. There's a lot of people, a lot of different aspects to rowing. It's not just on the water. There's coastal rowing, there's indoor rowing, and it's a popular sport. There's so many people around the world that do it. So get involved, do what you can, enjoy what you do, and this is, as I say, an amazing tool. So glad to be on the journey with you. Thanks for following, and till next time.